Hey, good morning everyone. So I'm back in my university hometown for today. There's a few people I need to meet. I'm meeting the mayor. We have an interview we're filming together, and I'm also going to be seeing a few friends. Throughout today, I'm gonna take some time to also reflect on some of the goals I had last year, but also at the same time, see where God is leading me and how I can set some goals with Him in mind for this year. And that led to a lot of failure, a lot of missteps, a lot of mistakes. But within that failure came a lot of wisdom. And I'm so grateful for that because that gave me so many opportunities to learn and grow and really build not just career development, but character development. What it means to lead as a servant, what it means to be disciplined, to make hard decisions. That's what the opportunities came along with doing entrepreneurship and letting God guide me and letting God guide me. And letting God guide me. Because at the end of the day, I did not want to do entrepreneurship. I wanted to get a 9-to-5, get my job and clock in and clock out. But it was God who really opened the doors and these paths for me. This past year, I've just seen how God has been taking these steps in my life and forming it into something greater. Again, I don't know the full picture and I probably won't see it until I'm finally there. But I don't really need to know. Because as long as I seek Him first, right? Matthew 6:33, seek His kingdom and His righteousness, everything else will fall into place. And I'm seeing that before my eyes. This past year, like when I was working and I was doing good stuff, it just was on my own and it was not necessarily relying on God. But when I did this last quarter, where I've been able to really just see a lot of the work that I've been doing come to fruition, being able to get paid for it, being able to be more joyful, more happy, more peaceful in all that I do, that's from God, man. That's because I sought Him first. And that's the thing. If I didn't do that, I'd be working, but I wouldn't have that contentment or that purpose in the work that I would be doing because I wouldn't have God. This nightclub, I used to go there back in the day. I was walking by it and it made me realize how far God has brought me from the old way of life I used to live with going out, drinking, and there were lessons I had to learn from that, but I'm just glad that there's just so much more that God has shown me that He wants to do in my life, and I don't have to do things like that anymore. Proverbs 1 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and destruction." As much as these past couple of years I've been working aimlessly to a certain extent, that could have caused me to become bitter and resentful and be like, God, why'd you put me on this path? I hate this, this sucks. But that's the thing. God never said this life would be easy. Because of that, it's actually a blessing to have trials, to have tribulations, because these are opportunities for refinement, for God to transform and allow you to rely on Him. And it's through this reliance on Him, this faith that we hold on to, that we can do anything. We can do anything through God. God can do anything through us. But when we doubt and when we fear and we say, God, no, like I need to do it my way, I don't trust you, then that's the devil taking our faith and crushing it and destroying it. And we rely on our own human hands, our own human strength. Chatting with my friend, he's graduating soon. He's trying to figure out where God's calling him. I remember back when I was graduating, that's the exact same feeling I had. This unknown fear of what if I don't ever get a job? What happens if I just become a bum and just sit back at my parents and rot? But that's the thing. I'm still in the same position where I do not know what the future holds. I'm in just such a more content position because of how God has grown my faith in these past couple of years. And so now when I'm planning my future goals, I get to keep that in mind. And I know that these goals will actually happen because God has given me the faith to do so. Bit Jack. I gotta dress like this because it's so cold outside. A little babushka. I'm just not prepared. It is so cold. My ears, they are frosty if I do not cover them. So Gotta get the babushka vibes. We're gonna grab some dinner now. We're gonna go, yeah, we're gonna catch up with some more people.
She said to turn no clear cut, no street light, but you don't feel wrong.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful to see her when she cries. And we spend every second of the late night sitting right by her side. I put my cards in, now it's over. I'm walking on
could be nice too.
shoulder. It's sunny, but the change is telling me.
You gotta let it carry.
Got back home and I just finished writing out some steps and processes to make sure that I can actually hit the goals that I have for this year. It's one thing to trust God, but at the same time, faith without works is dead. And so my goal is to ultimately take these skills and gifts that God has given me and just continue to implement step by step, process by process, the things he has planned. You know, I've had a lot of goals in the past and, you know, reflecting on this year, I still have achieved quite a bit, but there's just so much more that God wants to do through me. And I need to make sure I'm continuing to fight this good fight, run this good race is no easy task. So I'm just trying to do everything I can to bring my best to God. So ultimately he can work through me. What I do want to improve on this year is not letting this fear, pride, ego hold me back from the blessings that God wants to pour onto me. In this time, like I've been refined and I'm becoming more and more lethal for God. At the same time, that means the devil is gonna come and attack me and bring distractions, bring arrows of chaos and fear and division. But that just means I need to draw closer onto God, that I'll be able to know through the Spirit, hey, this is not a thought from you. This is from the enemy. Listen, abide in God, and continue to trust in him. I'm excited to see what this next year will look like. Ultimately, it won't be on my own strength, but it will be by the actions that I do take. And just continuing those actions, continuing those steps, that will bring freedom. So I'll be continuing to vlog more consistently this year and making sure that I'm giving my best so God can be glorified. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Suddenly I feel the wind change, and I don't wanna see this. Yeah, maybe it's a blessing I was born with the near side.
All right, just finished my meeting with Mayor Patterson, Brian. We're on a first name basis.